whilst they were doing the checks, they found 2 heartbeats. So I was like, but you're shaking your head. I'm 20, so I was like, I'm literally doing this. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah. So your heartbeat and the baby's heartbeat. And then she's like, yeah, no, like 2 heartbeats in the sack. So I'm still moving a bit slow, like what? So what do you mean? She's like, we're having twins. She saw all of these things. She saw that I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it. I'm skipping so much, but she was also made redundant as well shortly.
Whilst pregnant?
Whilst pregnant.
That's crazy.
Whilst pregnant. But even during that time, can you believe it? At that point, she's now encouraging me to leave my job. Not to be like sitting at home with her. She's like, you can leave it because I can see what it's doing to you. I'd come home after work and it was just awful.
Should I start with the word of the day?
I think you should start with welcome back because you've been
Welcome back, firstly. Yeah, welcome back. Life happened. Hopefully we're going to come back and obviously have a lot more to say, a lot more episodes and a lot more stories to tell.
Trust me. I think how I'm looking at it now is that Dadicated is a series now. Rather than it be a podcast, so it's like 4 blocks. And we'll give you that enough to have like a breather in between after you guys will get season 2. So this is currently season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2?
Yeah,
season 2 now. Yeah, season 2 of Dadicated. So we'll be giving you guys as much episodes in the season 2 as possible. And also we've got professionalism.
Come on.
We've got cars now. Courtesy of Mekz's sister.
Yeah, Printy Planet. Big up Zoe. So yeah.
All that will be in the bio as well. She does a service as well where you guys can get to your own podcast as well. So
she does a lot of like wedding stationery.
Perfect. So make sure you hear her up.
So yeah, should we get into it?
Yeah, man. What people came for?
Yeah. So word of the day: I've been trusted with the gift of raising 2 lives at once. I lead with patience, wisdom, and love, creating balance so both of my children feel seen, valued, and supported. That is the word of the day. Now, we are all raising multiple lives. The thing is, yeah, like we got 2 boys. I've got a boy and a girl. Big up our guest here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ses.
She gets to introduce himself, man.
Creative agency owner, father of 3. But the 2 lives we're talking about being raised, he was blessed with twin boys.
Twins.
But yeah, Ses, welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, bro.
Where do you want to start from? If you just want to kind of talk about your own early beginnings.
What's your background? Yeah, what country you from? Obviously, I know he's from fellow Ghanaian. Fellow Ghanaians.
We're recording this on Ghanaian Independence Day, so that's why everyone's smiling.
Trust me, folks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll go.
Do you guys want me to leave? Yeah.
Trust me. Neighbours, trust me.
You didn't tell me that. I didn't know you was Ghanaian.
Sir, where do you think I'm from? Where do you think I'm from?
You know what? It was a big assumption.
Say Nigerian.
Yeah.
No, babe, I think I'm Nigerian.
Really?
Why? Someone said, I think the random, someone said, bro, you're Somalian.
Somali.
Are you Somali? And I'm like, no, I'm not Somali. I don't look Somali.
I wouldn't have said Somali.
You don't have the East African look.
Yeah.
I
don't know why that
I'm at home now. I'm comfy now.
Of course.
Comfy.
But yeah, so Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Grew up in
South London. Mitcham, big up Mitcham. If anyone knows
Mitcham. Oh my gosh!
Listen, if you know Mitcham,
Accra Central.
Yeah. I spent pretty much my whole entire life there. Grew up there. My family. I don't even live too far from there. My mum still lives there now as well. So yeah, man, it's home really. If I'm being honest, that's why I'm making this trek to where you guys are today.
You appreciate it.
Yeah.
But this is like central East London.
Yeah.
Stratford is always central East London. I always see it as that. So it's a nice spot.
Yeah,
it's always been gentrified as well. As you can see.
100%.
Back in the day, you wouldn't walk through here without getting checked. You have to get your passport checked in.
Passport checked.
Honestly, what age you from?
Have you checked in? That nonsense.
Trust me, bro.
Yeah,
man. Nice. And then obviously you went on, got married. When did you get married?
2018, I want to say now. Yeah.
Be sure.
I think I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Now.
Like, it's been like 6 years now. So does that math check out?
2018. So
2018.
Or was that one wrong?
This is bad.
My maths- listen,
Seven?
2019 then, 2019. I mean, listen, my
2019.
math. If my wife's watching this now, she's thinking this guy.
Okay.
This guy.
Well, you got married in 2019.
Yeah, I'm free. Yeah.
Wait, for
We did.
2018, that wouldn't be.
And then,
2019
we
is
went
seven-
into lockdown straight
7 years.
after.
Yeah.
That was a memory that will never.
That's what chizzed me as well.
Yeah.
With my marriage plans went straight to lockdown.
Yeah, So we got married in 2019. We had, at that point we had obviously I had 3 children at that point and twins with my wife at that point.
Yeah.
So instead of a honeymoon, for example, we even went on a family holiday.
Nice.
And then we said, oh, we'll
That's
go.
a nice way to do it, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because we said we would go on our honeymoon. Then the following year, and then COVID happened the following year.
Right.
And then ask me now till today, have we been on a honeymoon? We haven't been yet. So yeah, man. I don't think I'm surprised that I forgot the year. I forgot the year because I will never forget that whole transition going into COVID and stuff. But yeah.
To be honest, I think COVID is such a mind fog that a lot of stuff happened, you forget.
Yeah,
It felt like a whole new like
'Cause
life.
you lost like a year or two, like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You didn't lose it, but as in like it's time.
That was a
stood
lot of
still.
stuff that we were literally at home growing hair.
Literally.
I remember sprinkle cake.
Yeah, sprinkle cake. People were buying sprinkle cake off of street corners.
Yeah.
Off of some random person from Facebook.
People were working out. People doing calisthenics, but
What
they were
was
running
that, what was
away.
that app everyone was chatting on?
Clubhouse
Clubhouse popped off.
Clubhouse.
House party.
House party, yeah.
House party, yeah.
So much
what
stuff.
a
People
time.
selling monkeys.
Monkey?
I was selling a monkey on Twitter. Do you remember that?
Cinemonkey.
He's selling a monkey.
A physical monkey, a real monkey.
Yeah, on Twitter, bro.
COVID was a dark time, man.
Yeah.
Listen, if you know, you know, man.
Sports was bad, yeah, a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, I get it. Like, it definitely fogs your mind and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you guys were saying, yeah. So obviously, yeah, you mentioned Ses. My name's Ses. Husband, father of 3. I do run like a creative agency with my wife as well. I've been doing that for a few years now. That pretty much sums up me, I guess, man. If I'm being honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before we get into the twins per se, how is that being your own entrepreneur and still having to be on the children's clock? Because we are all on our kids' clock.
Yeah. It's hard. Like I've said it before off camera. I was saying the same thing. It's hard, but I think what isn't hard. Do you know what I mean? Everything's hard, but aside it being hard, I've really enjoyed it. Like that's just me just being honest, man. I feel like not to be cliche, but it's kind of that perfect balance of being able to do something that I love, provide for the family, and it kind of gives us that flexibility to be there in a way that I don't feel like old school parents could have been there for. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like every day I kind of wake up, I give thanks that I'm able to attend a coffee meeting at the school, for example, or go to an assembly or see their performances. Like they've gotten used to us being there. Like whenever there's an assembly, the question is never, are you coming? It's like, oh yeah, mum and dad, by the way, the assembly's at this time. They know we're there. Like even yesterday, last minute, my wife, she's a PTA, she's part of the PTA. So the kids were like, oh, there's a book fair for World Book Day.
Book day, yeah.
She was like, I didn't know about this. Instantly, she got in touch with the school head. She was there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Instantly. So it's hard. Balancing work and stuff is very hard. I thought we'll get into the hards and stuff, but overall, like I don't think I'll change it. Genuinely, yeah.
I must say, and I don't know if it's you guys' experience as well, I feel like these schools give us last minute notice.
Yeah.
Like I try as hard as I can to
stay
be
on top
present
of
for
things.
these assemblies and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for the majority I am.
Yeah.
But for the ones that I don't, it's because they have told us the day
Last
before
minute.
or on
And you know
the
what it
day.
is? It's
like,
the tech.
Yeah, have you got the app?
But we've got an app.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why. Think about when we was in school. School gates, they'll catch your parents.
Oh, they give the leaflet out.
tell you
leaflet.
something.
Leaflet.
Now it's like, oh, you didn't say,
did
did you check the app?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I didn't check that, but I've been seeing you 5 days a week. You should have just told me.
But wait, okay, my missus is checking the app and they're uploading stuff on the app the
last
day
minute.
before.
Yeah, fair play.
So this is it. Like it's just like, you know, like we're saying, we're working ourselves into positions that we can be flexible
there.
and be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But then you're not giving us the opportunity and
yeah.
as much notice, you know, because you know sometimes the parents might be able to contribute a bit more or something
100%.
if they have notice.
Of course,
Yeah, it is.
But even all of that, like just to hear that, I felt that's what I love about the new, our generation of parents. Like even with enough notice, old school parents, they weren't able to come, bro.
Yeah.
You tell me a month in advance, hey, really, I'm at work, like work. So it's like to even to have these conversations where like parents are, that is their priority. Do you know what I mean? No matter how busy I am, no matter how many days I've got to be in the office, they want to be there, sort of thing. And I like that one. Yeah.
That's like, I remember and we had World Book Day, and my mum forgot to dress us up. And I remember she came at the end of the school with our fancy dress. School had finished.
Brought it like packed lunch.
Yeah, and I thought deep
bless
because the stuff she bought us was like, my mum's not really into Halloween and that.
Same.
Some stuff in it. So she bought us like Halloween masks and all that sort of stuff for the World Book Day, and I'm like, Mum, it's finished.
It's finished.
I didn't see after that. She probably dashed it.
Bless her.
Bless her, innit? Like she's working hard, man, all that sort of
That's
stuff.
the thing, but like as you get older, you realize that
You
now
deep
that
stuff,
you deep it. At the time, you'd have been like, "Oh, Mum, it's finished." It's too late. But now you're like, you know what? She tried.
She tried.
Yeah,
she tried
really
to
did.
put a smile on her face, man.
Yeah.
How'd you remember Halloween, by the way? I'll ask you this question.
Doesn't exist in my house. Never existed in my
Is
house.
that still a case for you guys now then? As kids?
Yeah.
I've
doesn't
told,
exist
I've
in
told
our
the
house.
boys they're not allowed to go trick or treating, none of that sort of stuff. It's not
okay.
really. Do you know what it is? They try to say, oh, can we do this? Can we watch this? I'm like, no. So like when it comes
See,
to
that's what that would have been my stance, right? So before you guys jump on me, we don't celebrate Halloween like that, but I guess my wife grew up in an area where it was very much the norm, right? So she's Ghanaian as well, but she doesn't celebrate. So what the compromise has been in our household is that like we live in an area where we've got quite a few. We live in her childhood area.
Oh yeah.
So she's got.
That's always the case. You always move to your wife.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Even her mum's local as well, so that's been really helpful as well. So what the compromise has been over the last few years is that they get to go trick or treating. They don't dress up. They don't put any masks on or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. They just kind of meet up with like one of her best friends' kid, and then we chaperone them as well. We just go to a few streets. They get sweets. We come back to either our house or theirs, and we just eat the sweets. But we don't. So it's like it's half-hearted. I don't know if that even like if that.
I mean, it's each to their own, isn't it?
Yeah.
My mum said, not even for like ghost and this thing. I think she just doesn't want us out.
Do you know what? I understand
thing,
it though. I grew up like that. My mum hated it.
Boom,
Big up
some,
my-
boom, some. They say boom, some.
Yeah, I want to go trick or treat. Do you believe in the devil? It's the devil's devil's holiday. And like, but to big up my older sister, she was the one that kind of put like
She
tried.
broke it.
Yeah, she tried. She really did. I feel like because I think it's one of the ones where it's like I understand the reasoning behind it, but then if you can look past certain things, you can the social aspect of it. Every kid on the streets going out. Like, you're a bit too young to be explaining, well, no, actually, it's because it's the Bon Sam, you know. How do I explain that to as kids? So I think my sister saw that, and maybe like, over a couple of years, like she did just to take us out and do that part. Go and get sweets, at least you can be with your friends and do that part. But the masks and the fake knives and that, we ain't doing all that stuff. So
My mum used to, when we lived in Tottenham, my mum used to give the kids fruits.
When they come knocking, they give them
day.
fruits. And then they soon found out this isn't the house to come to.
Yeah.
So then Halloween just kind of missed us because we weren't looking forward to it. No one was knocking to remind us of Halloween. So it was just done. Like,
I hear it.
it's something.
They throw eggs at your window. I remember that. You chased them down, bro. Don't give them sweets. They throw eggs, bro. That one, as Ghanaians, we will accept it.
Love an egg.
Doesn't crack. Listen, we'll take it.
Don't throw it. Give it to me. For me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's jokes. So.
Yeah, man.
So, bro, you went from
Yeah.
obviously in your relationship with your missus.
Yeah.
She tells you she's pregnant, gonna have a kid. You've gone from a father of one to a father of three.
Yeah.
In that moment, like, where are you in life in terms of job and everything to kind of hear not only is your missus pregnant, but it's twins?
Yeah. I still remember the day now. Like, she. So we went out. I went to the cinema, and then we went out for a drink after. And then she told me the news that she was pregnant then, and so we was like in like a bar type thing, right? And the reaction, obviously, it took me by surprise, and my drink was on the side, yeah.
Man, Jesus is Lord. 14 Jesus. Jesus.
Well, at that point, did you put it on those twins, right?
So you'll get.
You didn't know.
At that point, when you just found out she's pregnant.
I promise you, this is gonna. I did not throw a drink. I didn't do that. But my reaction, obviously, I must have knocked the drink by accident. Till this day, she says, everyone else, how did he react? He threw a drink at me. That's her story. Like, that was the story she ran with then, and she runs with it today. But no, that wasn't the case. I think it was just an accident. When she told me, I must have like nudged the table or something, and the drink fell. And
shocked.
I had to catch myself a little bit. Nah, but obviously, I'm laughing now, but I can. That's, in hindsight. But at the time, bro.
It's scrambled.
So where I was at the time, living at home, I was working. I was an estate agent at the time. I was in no position to be having children, put it that way. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, in no position to be having half a child, yet alone 3 children. So yeah, I was in panic, man. Like, as you can imagine, like it wasn't where I thought my life would be at that stage of my life. I think I must have been like 24 maybe at the time. And then obviously fast forward a few months later, I'm at work, I'm in the office. Even telling the story, I hate the fact that I was in the office while my now wife went to the scan to find out what we were having. Just because I didn't like, it was an environment where I didn't really want people in the office to know. Like I'm not a married man where I can just be like, oh, I'm having, do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of trying to keep it on the low. So I didn't ask for time off work. Even if I did, in that environment, I was in a sales environment, it's very hard to get time off work. So I remember getting a call when I left the office to go outside, and then she's like, I was like, how was it? She's like, it went well. She was with one of her best friends, the one I was telling you about, the Halloween stuff. She's like, it went well. They were doing the checks, and they found, whilst they were doing the checks, they found 2 heartbeats. So I was like, but you're shaking your head. I'm 20, so I was like, I'm literally doing this. I'm like, so your heartbeat and the baby's heartbeat. There was like a moment of silence for a bit.
That actually makes sense.
It makes sense.
I hope it does.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Don't judge me though, guys. If you're like,
No.
That's what I thought she was. I was like, literally, that's my reaction.
This is the news, yeah.
And then she's like, no, like 2 heartbeats in the sack. So I'm still moving a bit slow, like what? So what do you mean? She's like, we're having twins.
Wow.
And that's the moment I found out, and it's like, yeah, bro. I can't even describe how I felt, and I feel like I always think about that now. That's why it's like I try as much as I can to be present in the moment now, because it's like that how it started wasn't great. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't in a position. I wasn't married. I wasn't in a position where I could be like, yeah, okay, cool, we're having twins. I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna do this. It was, and obviously, as you mentioned, I already had a child from my previous relationship. So, yeah, it was tough. It was very tough. I don't even know how else to describe it, bro. Yeah.
I think for me, if I find out I had twins, I'll be gassed. But I also feel like, bro, this is gonna be Looney Tunes, bro.
Yeah, but you know,
then it'll be nice because they can both take care of each other and whatnot. Because when our first one was born, I feel like he was just very like didn't know where to put himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, when Lane came, it was just like, wow.
Exactly.
He's got his best friend.
Exactly.
Here, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So what you're saying there is exactly what I say to all of my friends at the moment. Now, in hindsight, where I'm at in my life today.
Yeah.
It was amazing news, and I think I still kind of beat myself up that I wasn't able to have that reaction, if that makes sense. So like, yeah.
Well, I guess with like, as you would, you're thinking about your situation. I don't like. Let's be real. No one is ever ready for the child. As a guy, when you get told, like, even if you're here actively lying down with your missus trying to have a child, when that news comes of there is a child inside, like, it's always it takes us aback, even though we tried to do it.
Of course.
See what I mean? So definitely, you'll start thinking about your situation, like you said, financially, mentally. Like, am I ready for, 3? Like, all of a sudden, like.
I remember saying to myself, like, when I found out when I had my first child, I was like to myself, bro, this is too grown for me. Apart before that, bro, I'm too young for this. But then again, like you said, we lay down, we do our thing about our wives and misses and whatnot.
Literally that, It's
the consequence. It sounds mad, but it's
the consequence.
It is. So and I think, when you are young, you don't think that. Do you know what I mean? It's like anything. When you're young, you go out, you drink, you don't think, oh, what's gonna happen to my body, and you don't think. You just think you're not thinking about that. So but like you said, I mean, like fast forward, like into the pregnancy, I am kind of like trying to do what I can do for like the scenario I'm in. But obviously, like you mentioned, I'm young. I'm still working. Like what I'm doing at the moment, I'm living at home, and my older sister at the time, I lived with her. And I remember, to be fair, so like she it sounds very cliche, like simple when I say it, but I remember kind of speaking to her. I was in the kitchen, I think, and she was like, "Bro, I'll be honest with you. Like everything you're saying in terms of like the excuses you're making right now, valid. I hear it, but you literally have 2 choices. Like you could continue to tell yourself these stories, these excuses, and kind of like, I wasn't really trying to run away, but I was basically trying to run away. I was like, but like I'm too young. Like you said, the consequence is here now, right? What do you mean? So and then she was like, you could do that, or you could just choose to just lean into what where God has put you right now and step up and just do what you can with what you have. And I know it sounds like, well, that's it, and you change your life, but it kind of was. I don't even know if I give her enough props. I've mentioned it to her a few times, but that was it. I feel like you just needed you need someone to just kind of just be real with you. That's the kind of person I am anyway. I don't really like people talking to me through corners, you know.
Talk
to me direct. So that's how she was like, that was it, simple as that.
And I think it's as soon as you notice, you know, like we're all from African backgrounds.
Yes.
Our parents probably wouldn't have want, you know, that for us sort of thing. But they have a way of thinking, you know, you go to school, you get married, this, that. They have a way of how things should happen, right? But although they will tell you like, don't do that, don't have sex before marriage and all this kind of stuff, the minute that the byproduct is going to be their grandchild, they'll rally behind you.
100%.
And, it's not going to be a thing of, you know,
definitely
shunning you and everything like that. Like you said, you pretty much snapped into it from then.
Yeah, literally. Obviously, that's the thing about socials and podcasts. It's gonna sound like, oh, you just snapped that. No, I did, but of course there was speed bumps, potholes throughout the whole time. But at that point, I think I committed to, this is my life, and I'm gonna do everything I physically can to make it work, essentially. Literally, that's fast forward. Like you mentioned, I got married a year after our twins were born. I don't even know how you want me to go, because the journey was like from where we started. So when we gave birth to the twins, we actually I moved into her mum's house. I say a house, it was literally a 2-bedroom flat, and we lived in one of the bedrooms. Basically, stayed in one of the bedrooms with the twins for a year, raising the twins. So when I was mentioning to you, I was like, as an estate agent, I was working 6 days a week. So Monday to Friday, it was 8 till 7, and then on the weekends, on Saturday, it was, I think it was 9 till 4 or something like that, doing viewings and stuff.
So how was that?
Bro,
that must be too much.
The worst, bro. It was the worst, especially the fact that I didn't actually enjoy it. I was doing it because, like you said, you go to school, you go and
it's a job.
Like you just get a job. Do you know what I mean? And so it wasn't like I was passionate about it. Money wasn't even great at the time, and it definitely wasn't enough to put food on the plate, so to speak. So I was doing that, but then, this is why I love my wife, man. Like, she saw all of these things. She saw that I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it. I'm skipping so much, but she was also made redundant as well shortly.
Whilst pregnant?
Whilst pregnant.
That's crazy.
Whilst pregnant. So that was another thing, another pothole, another speed bump that was thrown in the span. But even during that time, can you believe it? At that point, she's now encouraging me to leave my job. Not to be like sitting at home with that. She's like, you can leave it because I can see what it's doing to you. I'd come home after work, and it was just awful, right? And then she kind of encouraged me to leave that role and helped me like find a new role. That's kind of how I feel. Well, I met you on socials, but that's how we physically met. Through our other role, from my previous role. So I got that job, and that kind of allowed a bit more flexibility. In hindsight, it wasn't enough flexibility, but it was a lot more than what I was used to. And then at that point, I'm literally fast forwarding so much, but obviously I was there for a number of years until COVID, and then that's when, of course, COVID hit, and then we decided to kind of do what we're doing now, if that makes sense. So I know I've ran through that a lot, but
no, that's cool. And I mean, for the people, we'll talk about what you're doing now, because I think it's dope, man.
Yeah. So me and my wife, we work together. We run a creative agency that helps sort of businesses, whether that's small businesses, B2B businesses, basically dominate the world of social media. That's kind of what we do. If that makes sense. So I've always had a passion for like content. I know we call it content now, but when I was doing it, I didn't even know what it was called. I just loved capturing memories, simple as that. Like whatever I was doing, whether I was making toast, whether I was going on a holiday, I just loved capturing memories and turning it into something that I could watch back.
Because I remember you doing photography and stuff before,
yeah. So I started off with photography.
What was your photographer's name? Was it just Ses Photography?
It was Snaps by Ses.
Snaps by Ses?
Yeah. Snaps by Ses.
Were you doing that at uni or was it just?
So I was doing it after. Yeah. This is the thing. I think like this.
So you guys met after him having kids, or?
Yeah. So I'll be honest, I wasn't really encouraged by anyone around me to do anything creative up to a late part of my life. So like I was doing all of that stuff for fun. Like I wasn't making money from it really. I wasn't like trying to pursue it as a career or anything like that. It was just for fun. I really enjoyed it. I studied marketing in uni, business marketing, but I didn't know anything about being able to incorporate this stuff that we do now for work. My wife, she studied marketing as well, and she was working in a marketing team in the fintech world, doing her thing there. So I think we kind of put our backgrounds together. So my initial background is sales, but obviously I love creating content, and hers is marketing. So we kind of combined the two of my content creation, being able to somewhat sell, I guess, and then her marketing expertise as well. And then that's kind of how we started doing what we're doing today. I mean, that sounds like an amazing story, but that's not how it went. It was so essentially, when we had a baby shower, right? We had no money, but we wanted to obviously make the best of it. So we did everything DIY. We did it at her mum's flat. She had like a communal part in the front.
Nice.
And we dressed it up, had a gazebo and stuff. And we pulled in favors from friends and stuff. But being creative, we wanted to have like one touch. Do you guys remember Snapchat filters? Yeah.
Oh, you made the Snapchat filter for the.
Yeah. So we found out that you can make
geolocation.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah. So we kind of thought, why don't we do that? Like we could make our own Snapchat filter for it. And there was 1 or 2 companies that were popping up that were doing it for people. So we inquired, and I think it was about £60.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap.
I'm so glad you said that. In hindsight, it was so cheap. We couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it. So we were like getting inquiries. It was like £50. Like, can't do it. So we were like, surely it can't be that hard.
You done it yourself?
So we did it ourselves. So we literally jumped on Photoshop as we were speaking on Photoshop. We jumped on Photoshop. We designed our own filter, made it, submitted it to Snapchat, did the fence, whatever for our location. It went live. And then it just, people were using it the other day. No one had any idea how to do that at the time. People were like, right, how did you guys do it? The
man done this.
Do you know what? At the time, we were just like, I told you. We just said, we did it on Photoshop. But like I said, before off camera, this was years ago, before people were just self-learning and learning things left, right, and center. So it's like, straight after that, we had like loads of uses on it. So we were like, this is quite cool. Then this is where I big up like our network, like 2 of our close friends, one on my side, one on my wife's side at the time, was like, look, that was amazing. My cousin is having a birthday party. I would love to get a filter as a gift for them. Like, could you do it for us? And they're like, yeah, cool. And they're like, how much does it cost? And we're like, what do you mean? We'll just do it for you. Just tell us the location. Like, no, like, tell us how much it costs and we'll do it for you. And then we were like, what the hell's going on? We didn't charge them, but obviously you pay Snapchat. For the location. So we were like being transparent. Hit it. Money right now, money is not there right now. So they do charge us like £6. So if you can pay the £6, for example, we'll do the filter for free, for example. So we did, do you know what I mean? So we did that twice for 2 of our friends, and then it just kept happening.
This is where Ghanaians are good people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We would have told them, this is £100. Ghanaians are good people.
We're too nice, man. We're too nice.
I've learned that over the years. I've learned that over the years. I could have been sat somewhere if I just started charging properly back then. But that's a very good point. Very good point. But no, but at the same time, it pays off, man, because people saw our heart.
It does.
And the word spread, and then we started doing that part-time, basically, just providing Snapchat filters for businesses. We went from occasions, weddings, birthdays and stuff, to and baby showers as well. Funny enough, I think one of our probably highest paid client was a baby shower, which came from us doing it, from our baby shower.
Nice.
And I think that was our first taste of like going into business, like, just getting inquiries from strangers. We learned so much from that. I remember our first ever inquiry that wasn't anyone in our network. They inquired about something about a filter. They wanted a specific design. Again, Photoshop, we were limited, so we didn't. We paid about probably the same amount we were going to charge for the filter to buy like overlays and stuff. We did it. It took about a couple of days to do it. Submitted it to the client. One, they ghosted us. Secondly, they came back and was like, oh, by the way, sorry, we don't want it anymore.
They gonna pay you?
No. We didn't take a deposit. They didn't pay us. We were out of pocket because we bought multiple plugins, multiple stuff. And then it's like, from the offset, that's when we started to learn about deposits, contracts, all of that sort of 100%. Stuff. So we did that for a while, and then we pivoted into actually just content, if that makes sense. So Snapchat kind of died down, and then we pivoted to where we are today. So Yeah.
What's your go-to right now in terms of content? Is it TikTok, Instagram? Are you back on YouTube? YouTube.
As in, you mean for clients or you mean for?
I mean, yeah. So what's like? I know you social first, right?
Yeah. So as of clients, it's mainly it's Instagram. But I'll be honest, as of recently, we have started to think about and have actually kind of not pivoted, not leaving social like TikTok or Insta, but more B2B. So more LinkedIn.
Yeah, or LinkedIn. That's become a new thing. Even like I had to hand in some assets the other day, and they asked us for LinkedIn stuff. I'm like, bro, who's watching on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
And come to find out that
LinkedIn's
popping.
big business.
Yeah. It's been brewing for years though. It's been brewing for years
that's
now.
Mad.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, B2B is years behind.
Yeah.
Right. And B2B lives on LinkedIn. They don't live on Instagram or TikTok. Obviously, I know they're there, but that's the hub. So I think, and they've been behind for years. And I think we had a little conversation off camera about how much like more saturated the field is. Like everyone's a content creator now. More than like you can catch someone in the street and they can probably film something, create something, and post something.
Put it online,
right? But in the B2B space, it's very much less like that. You know, there's still quite older demographic of teams that don't have the time. They don't want to do this, and they value it a bit more. So that's kind of the space we find ourselves in at the moment. But I guess our passion is, I would say social, like more towards like Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, big up, man. It's a minefield out there.
It really is, man.
And then managing your household. How would you say you have adjusted with the twins and managing them and especially and incorporating your first son into the family as well? How's that kind of gone?
That's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, man. But we've just been finding our feet. I feel like we pivot every other week, every other month, every other year. We're changing how we work. Just because we're winging it, bro. We're just trying to. We're not experts. We ain't done this before. But no, I think being big up my wife, man. I feel like we have a really good like tag teamwork kind of thing going on. So we parent together, we co-parent together, we work together. You know what I mean? She's ultimately my best friend. I'm not even just saying it. I know it sounds cliche. She genuinely is.
That's not cliche, bro.
Like she genuinely is, bro.
She's your best friend, bro.
Like Jay, if you're watching this, obviously you're my boy, innit? You're my boy, but so like for us, like I'll give you like even just a breakdown of how things work at home. Like I say this to some people, and some people understand it, and some people think it's a bit extra. We actually have like a rota at home, like a work rota. Like so essentially, that's probably if I was to just sum it up, my marriage, no, not the marriage, that sounds crazy, but like how we manage the household, right? And co-parenting, we treat it as a business. And I don't mean it as in like there's no emotions involved in it, but we have structure, essentially.
It's the right word to use, by the way. You haven't said anything wrong.
Okay,
I think people do get emotional, like I think marriage is love and just like marriage is a business and it should be kind of managed.
That's music to my ears, man.
No, I believe that as well.
Music to my ears. That's good to hear. So I'm in the right space. But so like we literally, so for example, like a normal day or morning, should I say, in our house would look like obviously waking up in the morning, someone's sorting out the boys, showering them, getting them dressed for school, breakfast, a school run. I don't know about you guys. I don't personally enjoy any of that. I'm a real person. Like you can judge me all you want. I've heard so many people like you should really cherish these days. You know, I understand. But waking up at 6 a.m. to do bathing and breakfast whilst they're play fighting and they're I don't enjoy it. My wife doesn't enjoy it. It needs to get done.
It needs to happen.
Right? So a lot, the first part of our like marriage and stuff, it was like quite like back and forth, like, oh, like I did it yesterday, I'm tired, can you do it? And then it gets into an argument. So then like after trial and error, we realized that no one actually enjoys doing this, but we have to. Yeah, our kids, we love them, we want them to do well, but ultimately, someone needs to do it. So like how our thing works now is literally like there's a rota where it's like on a Monday, it might be, for example, my turn to do bathing, breakfast, and getting them ready for school. And then my wife will do the school run, if that makes sense. And then the following day, it'll be the complete reverse. So the whole idea of that is that the person that gets up, they sort out everything in the house in the morning. The person that doesn't gets to have like a chilled morning. So they might lie in, or they might just sit on their phone in the bed, or they might just get up and just be in one of the rooms on their own, do you know what I mean? Unbothered. And then they do the school run, and we just rotate. And then same for this school run in the afternoon. If I've done it on the person that does the school run in the morning doesn't do it in the afternoon, if that makes sense. So that's kind of literally what we've been doing for the last couple of years. In that sense, obviously there's loads of more things that come to parenting, but our daily routine that's just how it works for us, and it's been working for a while, man.
Talk to us about the different personalities of your twin boys, and how is it like managing? Ultimately, you feel like it's the same person because they're twins. But
Yeah,
they're
you
not.
do. Yeah, naturally, you kind of try to parent them the same, but they're very different, man. As they're getting older, you can see even more. They're very different, completely different. All three of them are different. And that's even mad to even think that all three. The twins, everyone thinks because they're twins they're the same. They're fraternal twins, so they don't even look alike, unless some people just still can't tell. I don't understand how they can't tell the difference. I just feel like you're not trying in that way. But one of them, so the youngest, Micah, he's very much like me and my wife, a bit of a mix-up. He's very, very outspoken, very confident, very energetic, loves to try things. Yeah, he's out there. And then his brother, he's the complete opposite. If you don't know you, don't want to hear from you, don't want to speak to you. He's as he's getting older, but he's a lot more reserved. He's a lot more shy. But saying that, because at this age, like, you see them change on a weekly basis. Like it's like you really see the change. Like before, when they were younger, they were in a school which had one year group per year, so they were in the same class. So Isaiah that I'm describing now was very much so, very much reserved and stuff, because he had his brother there who was like the loud twin. Everyone knew him as that's the loud twin and he's the quiet twin. So he kind of just leaned into that. But now they're in a school where they have they're in separate classes, and you can see the effect it's having on the quieter twin, Isaiah. He's coming out of his shell a lot more. He's got his own set of friends now, and like you can see, like it's, do you know what I mean? So they're very different, but they're ultimately twins. So you do see a lot of similarities in them. Yeah. And then my eldest, he's like a mix of both, but he's very much. I'll say he's more so. I think, if I'm being honest, like his mum. Okay. His mum's quite quiet, quite reserved, and that's him in a nutshell. He loves his games. He doesn't like sports. Doesn't like football at all. Whereas the boys, they're football crazy. They got me going football pretty much every single day of the week, apart from Saturday. So, and he's like, don't like football, don't like sports. I think he says he likes Arsenal. I think he's just trying to get in. They're from North, innit? So
if the family support Arsenal, you support Arsenal. That's it.
Literally. I mean, Isaiah, he reckons he supports City though. But you know what?
I'm letting new young children. I hear it
because one of my boys said to me, he's like, "What has he seen in his 8 years of life that he wants to support Arsenal?"
Big
true,
facts.
very true, very true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I've given it to him. I'm like, it's cool. Don't worry. This year,
he will catch you.
Like a lot of people, like my brother's age and a bit older than me, they support Newcastle.
Okay.
Because Newcastle.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
All them and like. So I hear it. Even what other team was it? Liverpool as well. Liverpool was a weird team to support back in the day.
No, because John Barnes had black players. There were black players.
That's where they follow. That's why even Chelsea is like that. Chelsea.
Everyone supports Chelsea.
Loads of like African Ghanaians specifically.
Makes sense.
Yeah. They just followed our people. Can't blame them.
Yeah.
So yeah, very different. All three, I would say, very different. And I'd say it took me a while, and I'm still learning on how to parent those three different people, these three different human beings, because I think I'm just used to. I didn't really grow up in a house. I didn't feel like it. So where my parents were going out of their way to learn what each of us is skill, they didn't really have the time or the luxury to be sitting down and say, this boy Kofi, he likes this. Let me help him.
Invest in it.
They didn't had time for that. So like for me, I grew up just existing in the house. We just everyone eats the same food. Doesn't matter if you don't like this. Mum has made this. We're eating this.
Rice and stew.
If you don't like rice and stew, you're not eating today.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. That's the kind of mentality that I went into like fatherhood with, and it works for a while because they're young. Works for a while. It even helped with bedtime. Like every day we're in a routine. They still are in a routine because we
what time you go to bed?
So now it's 8 o'clock.
How old are they now?
That's same.
Twins at 8. Yeah.
You start settling them down at 6:30.
Yeah. You see, if you stick to that, and my wife's been doing that from when I was in corporate and they were young, and we've just kept it.
Same.
So that part of like cookie cutter parenting, it works. But as they're getting older and they're developing personalities, that doesn't work anymore. And I started to see it in breakdown of like, it's almost like I've started to see that they have this attitude sometimes when I do certain things like, you don't understand me. Like, you're not listening to me, bro. Like, they don't say these things, but you can clearly see it. And I'm like, so like, something might happen where like, I can't in a moment give an example, but like, I don't know. like I can't really I can't think of something specifically,
fine.
but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
where
I get
like
what you're saying,
it's clear that in the moment I feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing as a dad. Like I've told you to do this, I've told him to do this, you both do this, da 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 da. And then later on in the evening when they're that's I don't know if about you guys, but when they go down, especially when it's been a busy day and I'm like a bit snappy, and then they go down and the house is quiet. That's why I'm sitting there thinking, I was a bit harsh today, bro.
I'll be real with you.
I was telling my wife, I was like, do you think, like, yeah.
I was telling Mekz on podcast the other day, I was like, I used to, well, I'm not one of those parents that lambast my kids all the time.
Yeah.
I'm saying
neither am I, obviously, by the way.
Like, yeah, neither is he, but I'm just saying, like, I used to feel like that, but now I'm like, bro, I'm a human being, bro.
Yeah, exactly that.
I'm also a human being as well. I'm not a robot, so sometimes I'm gonna crash out. Yes. I want the best for you. I'm doing this for your best interest. If, like, for example, if you're running around the house and you've got shit on your ass, I'm trying to clean it, and you're running around, I want to get angry at you,
bro. Come on, man.
I want to get angry at you. Like, furthermore, I shouldn't be cleaning your bum. You get what I mean? You're old enough to do it, so it's like.
I think it's everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Like, if you're fair about it, you've warned them, you've told them next time I'm gonna do this. Like, then it's everything in moderation.
That's what I'm glad you said that. So last year, Father's Day, my mum, her wife, she was taking me out for like a lunch and was in a car, and then she was trying to do something like nice. You know, she had the camera out. She's like to the boys, "How would you describe Dad?" Like, obviously Micah, the outspoken one, he's a people pleaser. He was like, "I think Dad's amazing," you know. And I'm just looking at him like, "I don't believe you." No. He's a people pleaser. I've noticed that about him.
He's Ghanaian, isn't it? So
he leans into the Ghanaian of him.
Exactly, bro.
He knows he's very smart. He's for his age, he's very emotional. He knows. He can sense when you're down. He knows what to say when you're down. He can sense when you need encouragement. He's amazing at that. The other son, he was just like, can't think of anything. Mom, he was in the back. I was like, what do you mean you can't think of anything? He's like, no, I can't think of anything. He's like, I like Daddy. He's funny. He won't really trying to. He doesn't really. He's just not really in tune with his emotions like that.
Yeah.
But what they both said in that moment though is, I think my wife asked the question. I can't remember what it was, but their answer was what you said. I think Daddy is quite tough, but I think he's fair. And at that point, I was like, I'm doing a good job, man. I'm calm. Because I feel that's what I do think. I'm very tough. I do think I am firm. My dad was very firm, very firm. I'm not firm compared to how firm my dad was. So sometimes I do think, am I doing the right thing? Like, I shouldn't have shouted. I shouldn't have taken away this toy. I shouldn't have. But like you said, I do it out of love. Like, if I see you doing certain things, I've already gone. Especially, I am my children. They're misbehaving. They're shouting. I am that. I was a reckless youth as a kid. My mum always says it now. So I see myself in them, and I do see where it leads to as you get older in school and stuff. Like just being like fidgety, being talkative, being the class clown. That was all me, and I saw where it took me in school. You get in trouble for certain things. You're not even a bad child, but you're not. Do you know what I mean? So when I see them doing certain things, I think it's the fear in me. Is like, I see this and I'm trying to nip it in the bud. And more recently, I've been having me and my wife have to do this thing every week when we can, called marriage meeting, when we sit down and discuss like our marriage, our parenting styles, and like what's going well, what's not going well. And I think one of the questions I asked her, like, what do you think I'm doing as a dad that you don't like? And she's like, I can physically see you like battling between an African Ghanaian dad and a new generation type dad. I see you flip between the two. I see you literally like flip and lose it and shout, and then in the moment, like literally, I see it in your face. You're like, I shouldn't have done that. But she's like, I think what your intentions are always pure and they're correct. But I do think your delivery, because maybe what you're used to, you don't need to shout. For example, like I know naturally we feel like we do, and obviously you might get to that stage. But my default is to raise my voice because I grew up in a house where that's what happened. So I'm like literally going through a process of like, sometimes I feel like these guys think I'm some waste man. I'm like, guys, like, as you know, like I'm in the office and I'm trying to do a bit of work and you guys are screaming a bit loud in here. Like, come, do you think that's fair? And they'll be like, no, but because I'm doing the software, they're doing the software. They're not taking me seriously. So they're like, no, sorry, it's not fair. So I was like, do you think you could maybe just keep it down whilst I do some work? Yeah. As soon as I've turned back, they're shouting. So I have to shout.
Crash up. Sorry, you have to crash
up. I'm trying. I'm really trying here. I'm really trying to be a gentle parent. I'm trying here. But yeah, it's like, going back to, I guess, the question of that whole, how do you manage the three different, it's literally like trial and error. It's trial and error. Like, honestly, I don't have an answer for you in terms of like, this is how I do it. I'm like, I try this, does it work for this child? one-on-one time is something that I'm trying to work on the most of having 3 kids. I don't do it anywhere near as much as I should. That's probably the main answer I'll give you. I think that's what I've seen. My wife has said it. My older son's mum has said it. Trying to get one-on-one time with them is what I think I need to try and lean into this year. I think that will help me get to know them more as individuals, and then be able to like, okay, cool. This is what he likes. This is what he likes. This is what this person doesn't like, and then kind of go from there. Does that make sense?
I think it's very helpful with the whole one-to-one because as of January, me and my wife decided to use Saturday mornings as a day to like get to not just spend time with one of the kids. So Lane, he goes football, I go football with him. So me and him have the football thing. So whenever it comes to Friday, he goes, I can't wait for football.
I love that.
And Levi will be doing art club or going home and doing some art crafts and stuff. So we have that time together. So when we come back, we swap. We basically tell each other what we've done in that day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How many goals he scored.
That's beautiful.
And all that sort of stuff. It was only one day when I went to Sheffield last week and they both went to football, but Levi still had his drawing and stuff.
That's
so
nice.
That is really nice.
And he was cheering him on whilst doing the whole thing. So it's like Saturday has become that, and the Sundays is full family day where I try not to work, all that sort of stuff. So I think if you really want to spend like that, you could probably have that as well.
I think I need to. I think I need to. But even hearing that, I love that. Whereas I feel like the twins just do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's because of they only do football because they've been exposed to football, if that makes sense, right? And they both do football. I haven't really tried hard enough, I think, to see, because when they first started, one of my sons, I was like, he was playing, I said, you don't like football. I was adamant you do like football.
What's it? Get down. Get down.
Literally, bro. I was like, this guy, because like, my car, he'd be in the garden every day practicing. I'm like, this guy, he likes it. He likes it. But then, funny enough, I introduced them to, well, they've always known about FIFA, but more
FIFA helps because that's what my younger brother used to watch us play.
Yes.
And I remember we'd go and play 60 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And he'll be doing some crazy stuff. I was like, bro, where'd you learn that?
FIFA. Yes.
And he took that to the pitch and
literally
made it now.
So gaming, so I know that's not like a,
it helps.
It helps. So like as I got into gaming and started playing FIFA, he's good at FIFA now. And
How old is he?
He's 8. He's good. Like,
get him to esports, bro. Get him streaming, bro.
Facts. To be fair, they do stream. Me and all of us stream Fortnite together.
That's good.
I know that's a bit mad because the age of it. I know people have
but
to say.
You're there.
But I'm there all the time. Yeah.
As long as it's not Roblox, I haven't seen some crazy stuff. No. Stay away from Roblox, please.
Yeah. We don't.
I'll see some crazy stuff.
For real.
Yeah, I saw a video yesterday, and obviously it's a kids platform, right?
Yeah.
And there's like 2 Roblox people just having a Mazzoline.
Oh,
so I'm like, bro, how are kids using this stuff?
Yeah.
You can rob people.
I try not to like, because I grew up in gaming, and like the whole time when like PSN came around, Xbox Live, and talking to, and the thing is, I think you mentioned
RuneScape. Do you remember RuneScape?
That's the game I didn't get into, I didn't get into RuneScape.
You make some money off that shit, You can build your person up enough to sell your account.
I never got into that.
I used to in the library. You go to the library.
On PC. Yeah. Everyone started. I never got into it. But
Have a hotel?
Yeah, that's basically Roblox, isn't it?
Roblox.
That's Roblox. That was crazy though.
That was mad. You can move to things from there.
You can move to things. You buy a crib.
Get the MSN as well.
Get the MSN and you move it off. Have a hotel.
Have a hotel was bad, bro.
You know what? I forgot about Have a Hotel.
Wow.
ASL.
ASL location.
Hey,
what a time.
No. Can you imagine if our kids are doing that? I mean, no. Imagine doing that unsupervised.
Yeah,
that's what we were doing.
That's what we're doing.
My mum don't know what Have a Hotel is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what I love about, this is what I'm saying, I don't really try to give myself a hard time as a parent. I think it's lit that I know everything and more about what my kids are interested in. I know more than them about what they're interested in. Like if they have an interest in something, I go out my way and I'm on YouTube, I'm just learning about it. The whole brain rot stuff, I don't know if you...
Brain rot, you've seen it.
My wife can tell you the names. I can't, I'm not there yet.
Oh, the brain rot, the animals. And
the crazy Italian names. She's educating them on that. All this, so I think it's important to like, it's a language.
Yeah,
like, all these things that our kids get into, like you're talking about how to, it's like learning their language, essentially. That's something that is a constant thing you have to do. Yes, you've got to parent them, but as they get older, especially when they go into school, they start speaking a whole new language. Like their interest is a language. That like I see parents that I'm like having kind of like a breakdown in communication because they don't understand what they're talking about when they come home from school. Like, can you get me even V-Bucks, for example? Like
V-Bucks.
I was educating my sister on it because she's like, Coffee, that he's always asking, her son's always asking, why don't we understand it? you have to understand them.
Yeah.
It's the currency of their generation. Like, and I feel like the more you show an understanding of their world, the more they respect you. And they kind of want to be around you. Do you know what I mean? The longer you can do that for, I think that's kind of that's one of the main ways I'm trying to do it. Apart from the fact that I'm not really doing enough, I think personally, of the one-to-one bonding. I do make an effort to understand the language they speak. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's helped us. Like, I feel like sometimes I just catch us just talking as if we're friends. And then I have that, you know,
it's a fine
line.
I'm
like, they say certain things to me, and I'm like, I know why you said that, because you know I really love that we're having this conversation, but I'm your dad, and that's not something you should be saying to me. I'm basically saying that. I'm basically saying that. I'm like, listen, like, remember, I understand why you said that, but can we just remember that I'm your dad, bro? Like, come on, like, and it's. I again, in those quiet times, I reflect on that. I'm like, I love that it happened because it shows. I don't remember ever doing that to my dad. I don't personally. He was the
stern, militant, not militant, but like
militant. For me, it was militant, bro. Militant. My dad was militant, man. There's times when he was, you know, playful, but it was like those ones that you don't lean into it too much.
You don't do too much. You dip your toilet.
So man. I hope I've answered that in a roundabout type way. But
you talk about obviously getting your own one-to-one time with the boys. How do you encourage their own bond between each other?
Between the two?
Like,
oh, man.
One, how is... Isaiah's older than Micah, right?
Yeah.
So even by, if it's what,
a minute, literally.
Okay. So does he like play the big brother, although his personality... Okay.
He's the dad in the house when I'm not in the house. It's the joke that we say, he's the uncle. We are... Yeah, nah.
You reckon?
Yeah, nah.
As in, I feel like... Obviously, my son hasn't.
I want him to be an 8-year-old. I feel like there's times.
He
really like genuinely. He really like gets into the like a father figure. He really like he snitches every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds.
You don't like snitches?
Nah, bro. No, not. On, on a serious thing, of course. Come and tell me, Dad, Micah's jumping on the sofas.
Yeah, them ones.
So like, I've started doing this thing now, right? This is a thing I just thought about. It just came to my head randomly. When they come to me with an issue, I sit because I used to like snap and just snap and just be like, oh, you guys are always fighting. What's the problem? Okay, fine. You go upstairs. And I'm like, no, okay, fine. So like, Isaiah would come to me and say, oh, my kid keeps hitting me. I say, tell me more. And he'd be like, oh, I was watching TV. He keeps hitting me. I'm like, okay, cool. So how does that make you feel? Angry. Okay, cool. And you came here to tell me. He's like, yes. Okay, what did you want me to do? And like that question there has been throwing spanners. They might be looking down, talking to it, and when I say it, like, he'd be like. He'd be like, tell him off. I'm like, okay, cool, call him. Then he comes, then I'll tell him to go away. I'll get his story. Then I tell them both to come. And I'll say, both of you tell your story to me in front of each other. And then like I basically get them to basically hash it out themselves and realize how dumb it was, guys. Does it work all the time? In that moment it does, and then they go back and do it again. But that's been my thing of like, I'm not gonna let you get me to my red zone. Like I'm talking. Oh, that's crazy. Basically, that's the lingo. No, but that's actually there's this thing that we've been learning. I don't know if you guys do it. The kids have a thing.
Like an emotional chart kind of thing.
So that's how I've been speaking in their language now to try, because like when they get home from school, they come home when they cause ruckus in the house. And I'm like, guys, do you realize when you do come home, you do X, Y, and Z, it puts me in my red zone. And like, they understand. They're like, oh, so what do you need to do if you're in a red zone? And I'm like, I need to have, you know, my quiet time and So like, I'm trying to kind of get them to understand how to use their own tools that they learn at school to deal with their own stuff, man. Does it always work? No, but that's something I'm trying. That stops me from basically shouting all the time. You guys deal with it. I can mediate, but if he's hitting you, come here and let's talk about it. Does that make sense?
What advice would you give to fathers that are finding out they're gonna have twins from your 8 years EXP now? Like, how maybe you dealt with it initially, how you're kind of still learning and evolving, like you've been talking about today. Like, what would the advice be?
It's not as hard as it sounds. I know, I don't know if it is hard, but it's not as hard as it sounds. Like I say, and both of us, my wife say, we don't know any different, but we say we reckon it's harder to have one child than it is to have two. Maybe three. The three is a different game, but twins, they rely on each other for so much. Like there'll be maybe an hour. It depends, obviously. As new, like, it depends on life as well. I feel like it's such a loaded question, because obviously it really depends on. The advice I'd give is teamwork. As simple as that, because that one is universal. because I think if I can give you advice, it's based off of my life and how we structured our life, if that makes sense. Whereas everyone's circumstances might be different, for example. So, you know, luckily we were able to do things together all the time up until today. We work together, so our schedules align. Whereas I know so many people don't have that same schedule. So it might fall on the mum, for example, you know, to look after two whilst the man goes back to work. Do you know what I mean? So my thing would be teamwork as much as you can. Just make sure you guys are on the same page and aligned on the same things from the get-go, just so you can support each other, if that makes sense. I know that's not even a twins thing, that's just a parent.
I mean, it's it's in general.
But I think obviously where like, I saw something on Instagram where it's like, in a household of multiples, structure isn't an option. Like, I think that's what I think I don't know if it is, you can kind of wing it. With the people that I know that have one child, they can kind of, I've seen, they can kind of wing it. If they don't have structure, yes, things might fall to the wayside, but it functions. But as soon as you have multiple structures where it's
goes shock them. When people always talk about that jump from one kid to two kids, that's why like to come out the gate with two.
Literally, but I'd say, and remember they're not the same.
Yeah.
Remember they're not the same. It's so easy, especially if they're identical. It's so easy to think they're twins. I'm gonna just parent them the same. My wife up until now still tries to dress them the same. They're not having it. They're not having it anymore. Those days are gone. So now she compliments their outfits. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You don't even realize what you're doing. They're not dolls. Like, do you know what I mean? They can see the clothes, and something in their brain is telling them, "I don't like this clothes," and you're saying, "No, you're twins, so you have to wear this." Nah. So I think those would be my thing. I think the teamwork and structure, I think, would be my advice. Of course, obviously, getting over the shock. If it's a shock, I don't have advice for that one. You just gotta find a way, man.
Find a way.
Hear
it, man. That's jokes, man.
Yeah, bro. We appreciate you coming, man. It's been a good episode and good to learn about just what that journey was like.
Thanks for having me.
But you're smashing it, man. If you're doing that, you're running your business. You're
trying to, man.
Doing as well as you can.
Yeah,
that's it. So be easy on yourself.
You're also having fun whilst doing it as well.
That's the key. That's the main thing. Literally, I think that would be my last thing I would say, man. I think the structure, basically in terms of like parenting in general, right? Try and find what your bar is. I think for so long I was beating myself up because of social media. I'll say it straight. I see certain things on social media and it's like, this guy's doing bits, like this guy's doing this with his kids. I need to be doing this. Until I'm doing this, I'm not a good dad. And then like, things have happened over the last few years. I've lost people in my life. I've seen things, people have been ill. And then I've got to a point where I'm like, you know what? I'm actually very happy with my life. Like, very happy like with my life. Like, I haven't checked off certain milestones, whether that's financially or, no, I haven't, but I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I wake up in the morning, I do what I like in terms of like, not as in like freedom, as in like, but the job I do, I love it.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I work with my wife, I get to spend time with her. I'm with my kids all the time. It's an amazing life, do you know what I mean? Is there so many more things that I wish I could be doing and achieving? Absolutely, and by God's grace that will happen. But where I'm at today, I love that. And I think if you can get to that stage as a mum, as a dad, and every day wake up knowing that what you're doing is your best, you're giving your all, and that's all your kid wants. Amazing. Like the minute you start thinking, no, I need to be in the office every day because my child needs money. That's my thing. I used to feel I need to be doing stuff for them in 20 years, but I do. But I promise you now, if that means you're not there today, forget it.
Yeah, there's no point.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that would be my thing, man. Just make sure you identify what it physically looks like on paper. You can write it and describe it to your spouse, to your friends, to your family, what it looks like for you to be like, I'm doing my job. Because every day it could look like I need to be doing more. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want to be.
Comparison is the thief of joy, as they say, man.
Yeah,
there's plenty of times I've come off my personal Instagram. I'm not trying to see it like. I'm happy for all of you lot, but I can't start looking at things and my plans then change because of what I'm seeing.
Because of what you've seen,
lose sight of what you want. So
definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Anything you want to shout out and that?
Plug your business, man.
Like why not? I mean, like obviously, if you guys do get a chance, check us out on Instagram or LinkedIn. That's Creates UK. Obviously our personals, my personal. Obviously, you guys. I don't know if you guys up to I love just creating content in general, just sharing. Like, to be fair, that's what I would love to plug more so, especially if there's parents and dads more specifically watching. my YouTube, the Everyday Dad Life, where I literally just talk about mainly self-care for dads, and big up my wife, because I think I learned that from her. I think it's important for dads to be able to step off the hamster wheel of I need to provide and be filling up their own cup. Whether that looks like going to the gym, whether that looks like hanging out with friends, whether that looks like doing stuff like this, I think it's important for men to know that it's okay. Like, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, I'm not in the mood to provide today. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I'm just really strained out from what's been going on in my life for the last whatever. So today, I'm chilling. I'm going to see my friend, I'm going to go for a drink or whatever. But it doesn't mean like I'm a bad person. As long as you communicate that to your spouse in advance and everyone's cool, it's important. So yeah, man, I think if you can hit back on YouTube and obviously tap into those videos and ideally take something away from that, that would be my one wish, if I'm being honest.
Nice, bro. Appreciate everyone. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit us up. Dadicated pod on the socials. We'll be back for another one soon.
Peace, man. Thanks for having me, guys.